Have you ever dreamed of strolling through Paris, sipping wine in Provence, or exploring medieval castles, but thought France was way out of your budget? What if I told you that you could experience all of this for just €50 a day? Today, I'm going to reveal the exact blueprint that savvy travelers are using to unlock France without breaking the bank. And trust me, the final tip I'm sharing will completely change how you think about budget travel in Europe. Let me start with a confession. 5 years ago, I spent €300 in a single day in Paris and barely saw anything worth remembering. Fast forward to last month, and I just returned from a 2-week French adventure where I averaged exactly €47 per day, including accommodation, food, transportation, and activities. The difference wasn't luck or special connections, it was strategy. The secret starts with understanding that France has 2 completely different pricing structures, and most tourists only know about the expensive one. While everyone else is paying premium prices for the tourist version of France, smart travelers are accessing the local version that costs a fraction of the price. Let's break down your daily €50 budget. Accommodation takes the biggest chunk at €20, food gets €15, transportation receives €10, and activities get €5. This might sound impossible, but each category has hidden opportunities that most people miss entirely. For accommodation, forget everything you know about hotels and hostels. The real game changer is France's network of municipal camping sites and gîtes. Every French town has a municipal campground that charges between €8 and €12 per night. And these aren't primitive camping experiences. We're talking hot showers, electrical hookups, Wi-Fi, and often swimming pools. Even if you don't have camping gear, many sites rent pre-pitched tents or basic cabins for €15 to €18. But here's where it gets interesting. France has something called work exchanges through platforms like Workaway and Help Exchange. You can stay for free in exchange for just 4 hours of light work per day. I'm talking about helping with breakfast at a bed and breakfast, doing some gardening, or teaching English conversation. The hosts are usually amazing people who become lifelong friends, and you get insider access to their region. For the ultimate accommodation hack, consider overnight trains. A second-class couchette costs around €35, but it covers both your accommodation and transportation between cities. Book the overnight train from Paris to Nice, and you've just saved a hotel night while traveling hundreds of kilometers. Now let's talk food, because this is where most budget travelers make their biggest mistakes. The €15 daily food budget isn't about surviving on bread and cheese, though French bread and cheese are admittedly incredible. It's about eating like a local instead of a tourist. Every French town has a morning market, usually held 2 or 3 times per week. These markets are treasure troves of fresh produce, local specialties, and prepared foods at local prices. A complete meal of fresh bread, local cheese, seasonal fruit, and charcuterie costs around €5 and beats any restaurant experience. French supermarkets have incredible prepared food sections. Monastery and Franprix sell restaurant-quality quiches, salads, and hot dishes for €3 to €6. Their wine selection offers excellent bottles starting at €2.50. Yes, you read that correctly. €2.50 for wine that would cost $15 in the United States. Here's a food hack that changed my entire approach. Many French bakeries sell day-old pastries and bread at 50% off after 4 p.m. Some boulangeries even give away unsold items to people who ask politely near closing time. The French hate food waste, and they'd rather see their products enjoyed than thrown away. For your main meal, target lunch instead of dinner. French restaurants offer pre-fixed lunch menus at significantly lower prices than their dinner counterparts. A 3-course lunch that costs €14 becomes a €30 dinner at the same establishment. Time your restaurant experiences for lunch and do simple market meals for dinner. Transportation is where smart routing makes all the difference. The SNCF Connect app offers last-minute deals on train travel, sometimes up to 70% off regular fares. Book your tickets through the app during off-peak hours, typically mid-morning or mid-afternoon, and avoid Friday evenings or Sunday nights when prices spike. Regional train passes offer unlimited travel within specific areas. The Carte Jeune gives travelers under 27 a 30% discount on all train travel. Even if you're older, the Carte Avantage provides similar discounts for €39 annually. If you're planning multiple train journeys, these cards pay for themselves immediately. But here's the transportation secret that most guidebooks miss. France has an extensive network of intercity buses through companies like Flixbus and Ouibus. These buses connect major cities for as little as €5, and the journey often becomes part of the experience. The buses are comfortable, have Wi-Fi, and stop in city centers rather than distant airports. For local transportation, most French cities offer day passes or weekly passes that cost significantly less than individual tickets. Paris has weekly Navigo passes, Lyon offers TCL weekly passes, and even smaller cities provide tourist transportation packages. Buy these passes at tobacco shops or automated machines, never from street vendors. Your activity budget of €5 per day might seem limiting, but France offers incredible free experiences. Every major museum has free admission days, usually the first Sunday of each month. Churches, cathedrals, and historic sites rarely charge admission fees. Walking tours operate on a tip-based system in most cities. Many chateaux offer free grounds access even when the interior requires paid admission. The gardens at Versailles, Fontainebleau, and dozens of other castles provide hours of exploration without spending a cent. Pack a picnic lunch and make it a full-day experience. French cities organize free cultural events throughout the year. Summer brings outdoor concerts, film screenings, and festivals. Check local tourist office websites for event calendars, because these activities often rival paid entertainment options. Now for route planning that maximizes your budget. Start in less expensive regions before moving to pricier areas. Begin your journey in regions like Burgundy, the Loire Valley, or Languedoc, where your euros stretch furthest. Build up your confidence and local knowledge before tackling expensive areas like the French Riviera or central Paris. Create loops rather than linear routes to minimize transportation costs. Instead of Paris to Nice to Lyon to Paris, consider Paris to Lyon to Nice to Lyon to Paris, using Lyon as your hub. This reduces long-distance travel costs and often provides better train connections. Consider shoulder season travel between late March and early May, or September through early October. Accommodation costs drop significantly, tourist crowds thin out, and weather remains pleasant. Many attractions extend their hours during shoulder season while maintaining off-season pricing. But here's the ultimate hack that I promise to save for last, and this one tip alone could save you hundreds of euros during your trip. France has a hidden network of monastery and convent accommodations called hospitality stays. These religious institutions offer simple, clean rooms with breakfast for typically 8 to 15 euros per night, and you don't need to be religious to stay there. These accommodations exist throughout France, from medieval abbeys in Normandy to mountain monasteries in the Alps. The rooms are basic, but clean, meals are simple but delicious, and the locations are often spectacular. Many of these places have been welcoming travelers for over 1,000 years, and they're usually situated in the most beautiful and historic locations. The booking process requires calling directly or sometimes showing up in person, which keeps them off most tourists' radar. Many still don't have websites or online booking systems. This old-school approach means incredible value for travelers willing to make a phone call or take a small risk. These stays often include breakfast and sometimes dinner, dramatically reducing your food costs for those days. You'll meet interesting fellow travelers, experience genuine French hospitality, and often get insider recommendations for local attractions and hidden gems. So there you have it. France for 50 euros a day isn't just possible. It's an adventure that will give you stories for a lifetime. Start planning your route, download those apps, and get ready to experience France the way locals do. Your wallet and your Instagram feed will thank you.